All right, we've got today, by the way, this is a big day for the future of solar power in California, maybe the entire country. There will be a vote by the State Utility Commission on an existing subsidy for people who put solar panels on their homes. The critics say of these solar panels and the subsidy, the critics say it's just too expensive. And it mostly benefits richer people who can afford those expensive solar panels. Joining us now is Robert Bryce from the Manhattan Institute. He is the author of Power Hungry. Robert, do you think this is the beginning of the end for this raft of subsidies that goes all across the solar field across America?
Well, that might be overstating it a little bit, Stuart, simply because the cost of solar PV is falling dramatically. In fact, as we saw with the recent anti-dumping case in the Commerce Department and so on about Chinese panels, the price of panels is falling pretty rapidly. So I'm pro-solar. I have solar panels on the roof of my house. I'm one of the beneficiaries of the subsidies that's at issue in California. But to say it's the end of the solar business, end of solar subsidies, I think might be overstating it a little.
Are we spending too much money, unjustifiably high amounts of money, on these subsidies?
Well, Stuart, socialism and solar energy programs run great until you run out of other people's money. This is the problem. And what's at issue in California, and again, I'm an example of this. So I live in Austin, Texas. I have 3,200 watts of solar panels on the roof of my house. About 7 years ago, the city of Austin had a rebate program. They still do. The long and short of it is, I got a $23,000 solar system installed on the roof of my house, and the city rebated me $15,000. Those solar panels now provide about 2/3 of the electricity that my family and I use. So I lower my bills, but the fellow ratepayers in Austin are effectively subsidizing my lower bills.
Did you get a check for $15,000?
I did.
So
I put out the money.
You shelled out the $23,000. You shelled out $23,000,
right,
and the city of Austin, Texas, sent you a check for $15,000. So your net out the door cost was $8,000, and you've reduced the cost of electricity in your home by about 2/3. That's it?
No, by 1/3.
1/3.
So it's by about 1/3. But even at that rate, Stuart, wasn't a great deal financially. But this is what I do. I write about the energy business. I talk about the energy business. But even at that $8,000 cost, assuming electric rates stay flat and the cost of capital was zero, the payback is over 20 years.
But hold on a second, Robert. Hold on. I know
Sure.
There's a broader issue here, but hold on. $15,000. There's not many cities in America that can afford to hand out big checks like that to thousands of homeowners in their cities. That's very expensive.
Absolutely. And just to be clear, Stuart, I'm opposed to all energy subsidies unless I'm getting them. So, but this is the broader issue in California, and it's about net energy metering, which is the program that I operate under. So I effectively get to roll my meter backwards when I'm producing excess energy from the sun. But if you look at what's happening in California, Pacific Gas and Electric just estimated that the cost of that subsidy is about 25 cents per kilowatt hour. So the subsidy to solar users in California who have lots of solar panels is about twice the effective national residential rate for electricity.
Okay. One quick last question, if I may. How long is that solar system going to last, the one on your house?
Well, assuming we don't have windstorms, hailstorms, tornado, other things that happen here in Texas, the guaranteed life is something on the order of 20 years. But it could be north of that. But the financial payback for me, even with the subsidies, is about 20 years. Without the subsidy, be something on the order of 60 to 70 years.
All right. So I think you should give a big thank you to your fellow taxpayers in the state of Texas and Austin, Texas, and I'm sure you have already. But okay. Thanks very much, Bob. Robert, we appreciate you being with us. Thank you, sir. All right.